Hi, I'm Christian.
And I'm Angela, and we are married
And bored.
Howdy.
Howdy.
I thought, howdy partner. What's up?
Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Married and Bored podcast.
We are so glad you're here. Christian's so excited.
I always start off slow, and I never know what to say when we first start. Like, saying hi to everyone.
That's not your thing?
It's hard, even if I don't see people.
Yeah. You just, it feels what?
Weird.
Just weird
because it's just you and me in this house right now.
Our dog is in the room this time, so if you hear some random panting, that's our dog.
Yeah, she's sick, so it's either here or somewhere else, and she does stuff in other rooms, and we have to clean up later.
So, with that visual in mind...
Well, hopefully it's not going to happen in here.
No.
But yeah, so welcome again to episode, what is this, 43?
43.
Of Married and Bored podcast. I appreciate it, as always, everyone listening. And you might be saying to yourself, didn't they just do an episode? And we would say, yeah.
Yeah, we did. Guys, we're kind of toying around with this weekly thing.
Yep, so far so good. We'll see how far we can go.
Yeah.
Maybe
this should have been our New Year's resolution.
This should have been? Instead of what was it?
You failed at.
Oh, to never buy board games in 2022?
Yeah.
I failed hard on that one.
Real hard.
Although I made it 28 days.
Did you even make 28 days?
Sure.
Yeah. Who's counting?
Yeah.
So maybe this will be our revised New Year's resolution.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Weekly podcast episodes.
We're going to see how it goes. Maybe we'll run out of ideas and you guys will be sick of us, but here we go. This episode, we're talking about Dune. We're going to get into that later.
Yeah.
But we like to start off it's only been a week since we last chatted.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to our last episode, we did a extended What's Up?
Yeah, we just kind of chatted about board games in a broader sense.
Because we had some things we wanted to vent is the wrong word. It sounds like we were mad.
We had some things we just had to get out.
We just had some discussion we wanted to have, some chat we wanted to do, and it wasn't about one specific board game.
No, there's a lot of Kickstarter chat. Mm-hmm. We talked about Marvel Champions, of course.
Yep.
We talked about
Final Girl.
That
was the Kickstarter chat.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so if you haven't listened to that, we'd love for you to go back and give us your 2 cents on that.
On a potential not new format, but like...
Every once in a while.
A new option.
Yeah, a new option. Just to mix it up.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to mix it up too much on this episode because we are, like I said, talking about Dune Imperium. Everyone's favorite game.
Is that true?
Since 2020, it seems like.
Oh, wow.
But let's just start out like we always start out, Ange. What's been going on in this past week?
Well, a lot has been going on. But, you mean what do I want to talk about right now?
Well, yeah.
I want to talk about the feedback we got from our discussion on the extended What's Up and also the episode we did on Unfathomable.
Oh, about bad players?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we say it all the time, and I know it probably, if you listen to us for a while, you are probably tuning us out by that point, but at the end we always say that we love feedback on the questions we ask or the musings we have during the episode, and I really love reading the feedback. So shout out to Zach, who emailed us all the way from New Zealand.
I was almost at Australia, and I know that would be offensive, Zach.
No.
So it's New Zealand.
Yes. First thing I want to highlight in his email, which was wonderful, is that he agrees with me about circus peanuts. Circus peanuts.
I think they're fine. I will have one.
Well, I will have one hot tamale.
Fair enough. More
Okay.
for me.
There are no hot tamales here, I've noticed.
No, I've got new snack tonight. I've got Chicks, Ducks, and Bunny Sweet Tarts.
Wonderful.
They're going to be real crunchy, so I'll try to be careful.
Good. So between the dog panting and Christian crunching, me sipping my...
What do you have?
I have...
Oh, soda.
Oh, let's tell them what it is. Fresca. Do you remember this soda, everyone?
So gross.
It's grapefruit citrus Fresca.
Yep. All right, enjoy.
You know you want it. Anyway, back to Zach and his email. Shout out to the Circus Peanuts. Thank you, Zach, for supporting me in that. And I love that. I just need to quote this part of his email. He said, "Finally, I forgot why this antidote is in my notes, but I wanted to mention a friend from high school that I used to play Catan with. He was the worst." So I just love that because we talked about how we don't play Catan anymore because of some awkward at best, tense
moments
situation.
About sheep and bricks. It's like, I have to say, I would bet that everybody has had a terrible Catan experience in some form or another.
Yeah.
The game has been around for so long, and it kind of like ushered in a new wave of where we are now, right?
Yeah.
Like all these cool board games. There's like, I know people still play it, and I just say why, but I feel everybody that I've talked to about this game is like, yeah, but that's just one game. I mean, like, you can just keep on playing it. I was like, yeah, but it's not worth it.
It's not worth it for you.
No.
I say we're going to keep on believing that everyone has had a terrible Catan experience until someone gives us feedback that they've never had a terrible.
Well, someone will say that.
Well, email us. At us.
Maybe they only play Catan. They have one game in their collection, and it's Catan.
And they've never had a bad experience?
I doubt it.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean,
you just said, I bet everyone has had a terrible Catan experience.
I know, but...
And now you're saying...
I'm just playing devil's advocate to myself.
Okay. Anyway. So I loved that part, Zach. Thanks for encouraging us about the extended What's Up. We don't plan on doing it every time, of course, but... It's just fun to do it every now and then, maybe. So,
and this is a long email, so we appreciate that you took the time to do that.
Yes, that really means a lot to us. And also, speaking of meaning a lot to us, shout out to Ryan, who direct messaged us on Instagram to talk to us about his thoughts on Final Girl.
Yeah, Cousin Ryan, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to mention the connection.
Well, Cousin Ryan's fine. I'm not going to tell his address. Excuse me.
His address.
Trying to talk proper like Dune as we get ready.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Cousin Ryan, his first name is not Cousin. He is Christian's cousin.
Right.
Is a Final Girl fan.
Huge, sounds like.
Yes.
Yeah.
And said that, it's one of the best thematic games for a solo experience, and also gave us some feedback on do we go with the playmat?
Because remind people what our dilemma is.
So our dilemma is we pledged $1 on the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Now we have to make a decision, and we know we want it. We just don't know what we want.
Or how much.
Or how much is what we should say.
Yep.
So there's a collector's box that looks cool, and there's playmats and then miniatures, and we're like, well, maybe we need the playmat, but we don't need the miniatures. And Ryan kind of, in his opinion, said other way around.
Yeah, he said the miniatures really do add a lot to this game, which is good to know.
And that's good to know that you don't need the playmat, because some playmats are just for fun, and some really help, practically speaking.
Sure.
So it's good to know that this one would kind of just be for fun. And then he also mentioned the collector's box was maybe doesn't necessarily add to the aesthetic. It's still cool without it.
Yeah, but you do like organization, so which is why you're leaning towards it.
Right, but now with his feedback, that helps me.
That's true.
Guys, your feedback just means so much to us.
Yep. And we still haven't pulled the trigger on what we're doing yet, but I'm sure you'll hear about it once we do.
Oh, yeah. We're going to come on here and let all y'all know. Okay. That's all for my What's Up. Christian, what's up for you?
Well, we had a game night this past weekend with our group, and we played Rising Sun.
Yes, we did.
Which was our second time playing that game with the group.
Yes.
Yeah. It went so much faster
Yeah, it went from like 4 hours to 2 hours.
2:25 or something, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. It really sped things up and made it better.
Yep.
I really like playing that game. I'm terrible at it.
I was gonna say, did you have a good experience?
I don't think I had a great experience, but when it was all said and done, I think I came in third.
I don't remember.
Maybe.
All I remember is where I placed.
Yeah, you won by about 60 points, and the victory track only goes to 50.
I don't think it was that much.
It's a lot.
But the only reason I'm smiling so wide right now is because when we played that before with our game group, I lost terribly. Like, I think I had a total of 16 victory points at the end.
Okay.
And I enjoyed the game, but I just hadn't figured it out yet.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and I still don't think I figured it out.
No, I don't think.
Second time playing it.
I don't think I figure out any games. I feel like I've been on a losing streak as of late.
Which is funny because in reality you haven't, but that's the way you feel.
Well, I won one game in the last week that we've played.
Okay.
That's not a lot.
That's true.
And I lose quite often.
So
not in just Dune, but in most games. And for some reason this I didn't lose, but it was a non-victory.
Yes.
Bothered me a lot. Yeah,
I think because you just felt like there was one crucial part where you had planned for it, and then you realized we weren't going to be fighting in that region.
Yeah.
And that was just a huge...
It wouldn't have propelled me to victory even if it would have happened.
It would have made you feel maybe a little bit better.
Maybe. Normally I don't plan for things in games and I lose, but this one I tried. If that makes sense. And I don't know, it really discouraged me and I'm like, do I like games right now? I don't know.
Guys, let's encourage Christian. You like games.
I know I do. It was just too many in a row of maybe too much of the same games in a row that I kept on losing. I don't know.
Yeah, no, hey, you're talking to the person that usually would say these things.
Yeah.
Usually you're the one over there like, it's all about the experience, but I think there's a limit. Like,
I think I probably hit my limit.
Yeah, there's a limit to how many times you can not win.
Yep.
And still.
And even a victory in a different game doesn't cure it.
Okay, so
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if it's just too many in a row.
You know what? You're entitled to feel that way, Chris.
Sure, yeah. But I will say Rising Sun is great. I love the miniatures and the monsters. We had one guy play only monsters were the only upgrades he bought, so that was fun. He just had so many monsters. And I would say, we talked about playmats. This is one where the playmat is awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's actually 15 to 20% bigger than the cardboard version, which helps so much when you play with 5. We haven't done 6 yet with this game, which would be insane, but it's just bigger. There's more stuff on the map, and it's just nice. Mm-hmm. You know, the root one, I think I mentioned, is the exact same size as the root board. Mm-hmm. Which I was like, seriously? Just make it 10% bigger, 20% bigger.
Yeah.
So that there's more room for all the clearings and stuff. But anyways, Rising Sun, we continue to have fun with those style games.
Yeah, and fun connection to Dune and Rising Sun. Do you know what I'm going to say?
No idea.
We received these games as our BGG from our BGG Secret Santa.
Yeah, that's true.
We're about to do the note in our BGG Secret Santa said, maybe one of these games will be on a future podcast episode or something to that effect.
Yeah.
So we're about to do our first episode on one of those games.
And I do think it's cool that those two games have kind of not rocketed themselves, but they're moving up fast the list of games that our group enjoys to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more... What's up for you?
Yeah, so also in parallel to playing games, if you know who I am, you know that I am Well, an introvert.
You are an introvert.
And people on this show will be like, yeah, but you talk so much on the show. I'm just looking at Angela the whole time.
He's not looking at a room full of people.
So anyways, I don't like talking to new people. I don't like situations where it's like, hey, come to this party. It's like, oh yeah, how many people will I know? Well, it's just me. Yeah, I'm not going. That would be awful. But I have felt this desire or pull to try to get, just join a random gaming group in the area.
Yeah.
There's a few that we've seen on Instagram, and I know there's some out there. I just don't know how to get in contact with them. So if you're in Gilbert, Arizona, and want to play games, let me know. We have a new store that's close to us called Recreation Games, which we mentioned a few episodes ago. And they play there. Lots of people play there. So I don't know. It would be very hard for me to just show up and be like, who wants to play with me?
I mean, I'm sure they have certain nights that are
like open nights, like open mic nights, but open table nights.
Yes. But also I'm encouraging you, but it is very opposite of your personality.
Yeah, you know what I think it is? I think it's also I play games for the new experience. And that's why I like playing games once or twice.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, I'll play them more, of course. But like
right.
Usually I love learning. I love going like, oh, this would be cool if I did it next time. And then I do it next time. And then I go, okay, next one. Let's do this again with a different game.
Yep.
So maybe that's what I'm looking for. Just a new experience with new people. I don't know.
Yeah. Are you sick of me then?
No, I didn't mean that. I knew that was going to happen. I knew you were going to say that.
I have to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Come on.
Of course.
No, I think it's great because then you can scope out if it's worth it for like me to come and us to get a babysitter.
Yeah. And plus, I feel like it would be a very easy way to play new games that we don't have.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. I don't have to buy as many as we do. Mm-hmm. We don't buy that much. I went 28 days in 2022.
28 days. Made it to January 28th. Yep.
Do you want to know how many games we got this week?
I already know. I'm rolling my eyes.
You're just like, oh, man. Okay, let's just tell the audience.
Okay.
Well, Sinister Motives came, the Marvel Champions Spider-Man expansion.
Yes.
You knew that was happening.
I knew it was coming.
And then I just felt, drawn to order another one. It just called.
The pull was so strong.
It was a classic game.
Yeah.
It's been around since 1970s. Did you know that?
I think I did.
Yeah. Cosmic Encounter. Not dual, but just classic.
Yep.
And the reason I did is because our game group likes those kind of like conflicty games. Mm-hmm. And I think we have a lot of fun with those. Whether it's Unfathomable, which we talked about, Dune, like this one, and Rising Sun. Yep. They're not all the same game, but they all have an element of fighting and backstabbing and negotiation, stuff like that.
Yes.
And I think Cosmic Encounter encapsulates a lot of that. Mm-hmm. So, looking forward to that.
There we go.
Cool.
See, that's not that much.
No, it's not. It's 2.
Yeah.
Plus some expansions for Cosmic Encounter.
Yes.
Yeah.
And lest people think, lest you think that we are just rolling in the money down here in Arizona. This is like our only form of entertainment.
That's true, except for Phoenix Suns basketball. Go Suns. Scuns. I almost said Skull Suns, but that's a Minnesota thing.
No, but we're not going out to the movies or spending stuff on like, I don't know.
Cocaine.
Cocaine. Yeah. Good example, Christian.
Yeah.
This is our thing that we...
Yeah, we're not everyday. We're not even everyday Starbucksers.
No.
No.
Black coffee.
Yep, decaf all the way.
Decaf all the way. Okay.
I do have one more thing I'd like to just point out as a fanboy and girl, Angela, of Leader Games. If you go to BGG as of time of this recording, their new game Arcs is the #1 hot game right now. You should be able to find it in the top 50 for the next couple weeks. I'm just really excited for it.
I can tell.
Yeah. I'm looking at the picture right now. I'm like, man, yep. I want that new experience, Leader Games. Let's do it.
He's going to play it twice and then forget about it.
No, I can't because this is called arcs. So you do story arcs that are 2 to 3 sessions long.
Can you do it?
Yeah. It's Leader Games.
Leader Games. Yes, we do like Leader Games.
A lot. So, anyways, that's just a little plug.
Go look it up.
So, like we mentioned a couple times, we were talking about Dune. We're going to pause now. This is what you should do. Pause the episode. Go watch the movie.
Okay.
Dune.
Yep.
Come back in 2 hours and 45 minutes. Press play, and then you'll be ready.
Yes.
For our breakdown of Dune.
Yeah. Maybe just have the soundtrack playing in the background.
Yeah. I'll start it for you.
That's what it sounds like. Oh.
Yep. Got it. See you in a bit.
This episode is sponsored by Showit. Are you stuck in a boring website template? Maybe you don't even know where to start. Experience the true creative freedom with the drag and drop simplicity of a Showit website. Our website, marriedandbored.com, is a Showit website, and we love how simple it is to create. Get started for free at showit.co. You won't be disappointed.
All right, Dune. Is that how it goes?
Oh, I was going to jump in with Dune.
People are going to get way confused at what we're talking about. And kick us off. What is, if you don't know by now what Dune Imperium is, welcome. But why don't you just do a quick breakdown? I said breakdown earlier. A summary of the game that is.
Okay, guys.
Dune Imperium.
Dune Imperium is a worker placement, deck building, hybrid game for 1 to 4 players. You're going to take on the role of would you call it a principal character from Dune?
Yeah, it's like a house character of a famous house.
Okay.
Yeah, because some of them, I told everybody to go watch the movie. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, hope you enjoyed
Some
the movie.
of the characters in the game
back.
are not in the movie.
Okay, so they're house characters from Dune. They are then going to use their individual character powers and a deck of cards to acquire water, spice, and Solari.
Everything nice.
Oh, yeah. Sugar, spice, everything nice? Mm-hmm. No. This is water, spice.
And Solari is nice.
Is nice. In an attempt to gain influence with certain factions and win battles, and then doing all those things contribute to getting your victory points higher, which is the ultimate goal.
The ultimate goal, victory in points.
Victory points.
I will say, in terms of the amount of victory points you can get in this game, it's quite low.
Yep. It's not a Rising Sun 50.
No. Not at all.
It's not even a Root 30.
Yeah, it goes up to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And 10 is what ends the game.
That's crazy. Yeah. Crazy to me.
So you're thinking low scores.
Yeah.
Yeah, like low numbers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Single digits. Okay, so what do you think about this game as far as like how the table presence is? Do you think it's easy to kind of just take this game out and No, this requires what's like I said my brain went to the word, which is not a word, pre-thought.
Pre-thought.
Isn't that a word? It takes a lot of pre-thought. Well, we could say forethought, 5-thought, either one. To
I'm worried over here if you don't you didn't get
what
that forethought is an actual word.
I know what it is.
I know. You're just making fun of me?
No, I'm just doing a joke. Now you ruined it.
Sorry.
So there's forethought in playing this game. There's a lot. There's more setup than normal, I would say, because you got it. Unless you have a organizer, which we don't.
We don't.
I don't think we played enough to warrant it. But you got to get the decks ready to go. You got to get your starter decks, and then sometimes you put it in the box, and the starter decks get all mixed up, and you got to make sure you have the right 10 cards to start. You got to get all the
tokens, cardboard chits.
Yeah, all the currency, the cardboards, the mini cards.
Christian loves mini cards. You all know this. There are 2 miniature card decks in this game.
That's true. So anyway, yeah, it takes a bit to get going. But I think in this game, the payoff is worth it.
Yeah, I would say it's not the most setup that we've ever talked about. We talked about Stardew Valley, which is like
so many cardboards,
so much to set up, and this is not that, but it's also not just like the crew where you take out a deck of cards and shuffle it.
That's true. This does the setup. This does have one of my other pet peeves in board games is where the board doesn't have room for everything the game provides to you.
Yes,
and so there's a lot of stuff going on outside of the board space.
Mm-hmm.
The board is pretty compact for the game itself, I would say, but if they made room for like the market and the other cards, like it would just be seen as a lot of wasted space in a way. Like
maybe for us, we would appreciate that.
That's just something that is near and dear to my heart.
Yes, agreed. Okay, so I would agree that we're both thinking it's pretty much on the medium.
Yeah, I mean, if you sit down and you decide, like, if we decide we're playing Dune tonight, like, we know what we're getting into. It's going to take a minute to sit up. It's going to take a minute to play.
Yep.
And then on the other side of things, to break it down, put all the cards back to their perspective or respective piles,
yep.
Correct piles, and get your starter decks separated and put it all back. It's just as hard to put away,
yeah,
if not harder, because you have to separate it all, than it is to set up.
So, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
The box itself, kind of just looking at it, you would be able to. It's not deceiving. You're like, oh, this is going to be medium.
I'm in for the long haul.
Yeah, I'm in for the long haul
for this game. Yeah, and I think like. This game probably had drew in a lot of non-board gamers because of the movie.
Sure.
And I hope they still play this game.
Well, so, okay, let's talk about that because I was curious about your opinion. I think, so this is me personally, I did watch the movie before we played it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I did not read the book.
Well, guess what? Neither did I. We can talk about that at the end.
Okay. Well, you've tried.
Yeah, many times.
Okay. So he's tried to read the book. I have not tried. But I did watch the movie. So I was curious on your take. I feel like this would be a hard game for a non-gamer.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm thinking if you're versed in modern board games, there's no big mechanic that's gonna like blow your brain. We've got like deck building, we've got
worker placement. It's like two classic ones.
I mean, there's some combat, but those all happen in multiple games. Multiple modern board games. For a seasoned board gamer, this would just be about strategy, and that takes time.
Yeah.
But for a non-board gamer who's just like, yeah, I love Dune. I loved reading. I loved watching the movie, or I loved reading it. I don't know.
I mean, if they took time to read Dune, Dune, maybe there's hope. Like Dune is
perseverance.
Yeah. I love reading, and I don't want. Yeah, we won't talk about that now. But like a Dune fan. Probably is inclined to enjoy Dune things in board game. Like, it's kind of the same world. Okay. Like, it's the same geekiness.
Sure.
They kind of, like, match each other.
Okay. So
that's not true across the board, but I'm just saying, like...
So if we had a Venn diagram, let's say, of...
Dune diagram.
We've got one circle of people who play games, modern board games. And then we've got another circle of people who enjoy Dune.
Okay.
What's the crossover like?
Oh, I don't know, like 10%.
So
I have no idea.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, like, how many people out there do you think enjoy Dune but don't play modern board games?
A few.
Yeah.
17 or so.
Just 17.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. It's
thanks
probably
for musing with me there, Christian.
I don't know. I don't know.
I would be. You're right. I think maybe the perseverance of getting through the book is probably what would compel them to get through the rules. I just keep thinking of that video you showed me of Wingspan and Mandy.
That video that's been going around this week. Mandy
Yes.
Patinkin
Yeah.
trying to learn Wingspan. Look that up on Twitter, guys. It is so funny. Maybe I'll retweet it on our Twitter, at Married and Bored. Oh, nope. Sorry. At Married Bored on Twitter. It's Mandy Patinkin, who is in Homeland. He plays Saul in Homeland. And he's also in The Princess Bride. He's the "You killed my father, prepared to die" guy.
Yeah.
Someone in his family is teaching him Wingspan, him and his wife, and he is just losing it because of how ridiculous it sounds. And for us, it's Wingspan. It's like, oh yeah, you tuck a card. And he's like, what? And then he swears a lot, and he's like, why the F would I put a card under this card? Like, it was not making sense to him at all.
So that's how I picture someone who's not into board games playing Dune.
Probably. Yeah, very much so. I mean, Wingspan is a better gateway game than this game, than Dune Imperium.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. True. Anything else about like learning to play that you think is easy or hard?
No, I think the mechanically it's fair. Well, I would say what took me a while is the different type of actions that you do. There are two type of actions that you can play with your cards. There's like it's called an agent turn, which is where you put your agent on the board and collect rewards from the area you went to.
That's the worker placement.
Yeah, to do that you have to play a card that matches where you're going.
Yes.
But then you don't have to use all of your cards for agent turns. You save them for the
reveal phase.
And so once all of your agents are out, you take all the cards that are left and you reveal them. What? In the reveal phase. And then you get to reap the benefits of that.
Of only that part of the card.
Of only that part of the card. But each card has both. And so you have to decide,
am I going to use this card for...
Yeah, and that's where the strategy comes in, but also realizing that each card can do both.
Yes.
Took a few to figure that out.
Yeah, that's another layer, maybe.
Sure.
And I know that there's an expansion out there.
Yep.
That like kind of refreshes part of the board.
Yeah, it adds a different top. I don't know.
So there's probably other...
Tons of new stuff.
Yes. Mechanic things out there.
More spice.
More sugar, spice, and everything
More
nice.
and everything nice. That's right.
There we go. All right. Well, speaking of the world of Dune, you know I'm going to ask.
Go ahead.
How well does this board game like draw you in to the Dune world?
If you were to play this game in the Arizona desert when it's really hot and tumbleweedy.
Yes.
And there's just sand on the board.
Yes.
And someone's in the background just being like, like that. 100%. I would think I'm in Dune.
Yeah.
I'm on Arrakis.
Yeah.
But that probably is not going to happen to most of you.
Probably not.
So I would say it's right down the middle.
Is that the sound effect for right down the middle?
Yeah, so where the immersivity comes in is like the cards, the action or the board spaces.
Yeah.
And the houses and the battling and all that. There's like the story you tell is as the game unfolds.
Right.
It's not narrative in any way.
Yes. I don't quite get everything because I watched the movie and I enjoyed the movie. But I also know from Christian that the movie is not the book. Not the full book. Is that what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, they stopped like halfway.
Right. So I know there's more, but I don't quite get like why we're gaining... I don't get what we are supposed to be like gaining influence in different houses.
Oh, yeah.
Like along the side of the board.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get what that's what story that's telling.
I think it's more of like a political alliance between your character, who is a leader of one of these houses.
Okay.
So you're trying to gain favor with political groups.
Okay.
Like the Bene Gesserit or the Fremen.
Okay.
To get their power.
Okay. All right. That clears that up for
yeah.
me. I agree. The art is great. The character powers are good at bringing you into the world of Dune.
Sure.
But I think you said it earlier to me as we were talking about this game. You said, like, you could just slap a different skin on this. And, like let's say it's Star Wars now.
Yep. Which would be awesome.
So, I mean, you could say that about a lot of games. I get it. But this one, it doesn't push it over into excellent for me.
The immersivity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if this is a good game because it's Dune, or I wonder it's probably more because it's a good game mechanically. And the Dune thing just helps.
Yeah, the Dune helps for sure.
Yeah. But if it were I don't know, just some random made up fantasy world.
Right.
Where you try to get like the political alliances with the dwarves and the dragon elves and all that stuff, like just different things on that side. Or like Clank, like if it were a Clank game, I think it'd still work really well. It might not draw as many people in as the Dune portion of it did and does.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know.
True. Not the best at building the world, but definitely not the worst.
Oh no, it's just right down the middle.
That's our new. Now you guys know when we say.
I do like when in the market you draw cards of characters that are familiar to you, that you remember from the movie or for the book. You're just like, oh, there he is. This is what he did. And for the most part, their powers represent what they're good at in the book in the book or movie. Yes,
that's a good thing to bring up. And I like just being the character from on your player mat or on your player board.
Yeah, it's cool. I was looking at them earlier and I realized that there are 2 from each house. I had no idea.
Well, we knew there were 8. We just didn't know that there was 2 from each house.
Yeah, that's really funny. There's a couple that we haven't played, just because.
I don't want to be the big guy. What's his name?
Yeah, Baron Harkonnen.
Yeah, he's so
like round.
No.
He's creepy.
He's creepy.
Yeah, he's mean. But you were Drax.
Yeah, and I still call him Drax.
Yep, I think it's his nephew.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've done both Atreides, and I've done the long hair hippie man.
Earl.
Yep, Earl Memon.
Was he
Earl Memon?
That's Menon.
By Menon.
By Menon. Sorry, guys.
That's way back from the 80s. Sorry, everybody.
Was he in the movie?
No, this guy wasn't in the movie. I would remember this guy because he probably would come out and be like, bro, let's go sand duning, by the looks of him. And his countess. Yeah. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I think these people, House Reiches.
Rye cheese? What?
That's what it looks like.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't know. They weren't in the movie, and I didn't read all the book. I think he's the Emperor. I think that's the Emperor. If I had to guess.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's fun to play the characters you recognize from the book. I think we gravitated to them first. Sorry, the movie. Yeah. Because they look like there's Poe Dameron and Moon Knight, and then there's Paul Atreides / I don't know, Edward Cullen.
It's not Edward Cullen.
And then there's Fat Bastard, right? Yeah. Well, and then Drax.
Yeah.
And the other ones I don't know.
Yeah, well.
That's my nickname for all of that.
That's the nicknames. Oh, no, we know Thanos. Because we played a game where I was Drax and you were Thanos. Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin's in this? I had his card, but he's not a character.
Yeah, he is. He gets money every time he goes to a green space. Or every time he spends money
Isn't that Poe Dameron?
No.
Is that him?
No.
Oh, all right.
Is it missing?
No.
Guys, we're searching our collection.
Josh Brolin is a character in Dune. He plays Gurney or whatever.
I am going to have to defer and say that I think I'm right.
All right.
He's a character.
All right.
Oh my gosh, should we lose part of this game?
There's drama. No, but so the characters are great. The powers kind of help with that immersivity.
Yes.
Is that even a word?
I don't know, but you're using it very well.
Immersiveness. So
some of them, even a word?
Yep. Some of them seem a little lackluster, like the snowboard bro, the Dune bro, where you get to increase influence once when you do an action, and you can only take that action once in the game.
Yes.
Maybe we're interpreting that wrong. So if we are,
we've looked it up, though.
Memnon, Thorvald, someone explain his power to us.
We've looked it up, and
we think we're right.
But
we've been proven wrong before.
Well, that's true. It's sad when we're wrong.
But I would say this game is the immersiveness is not selling this game. It's mechanically a super sound game and strategically super sound.
Yes.
So how fun is it? Are you having fun playing this game? I mean, I ask you this because I'm like, well, yeah, of course you are.
Yeah, because I think this is a classic example of classic Ange. This is my kind of fun, where you're not like laughing out loud or like table talking, shooting the breeze. You're like...
You have to think while you play this game.
You're like thinking and strategizing. And for me, the fun comes in like, can I do things better than I did before?
Okay.
Can I perfect this? Which, you never do.
No.
You just try better, new things. And so that's what I think is fun about it.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't think this game is fun. No. I think aspects of this game are fun. I like cards and deck building. That part is fun. What I am not good at is long-term strategy in any game.
That's true.
So, like, that's why my Rising Sun game that I explained at this top of the show, like, fizzled hard because I didn't realize something wasn't going to happen and I planned for it.
Right.
So
that's not...
That was frustrating.
Fun.
So there's a lot of planning. It's very strategic where you have to do your worker placement.
Right.
And I never know what I need.
Well, right.
Or where I'm going. I'm like...
Flying by the seat of your pants.
I'm like, okay, so I don't have a lot of water. I'll try to get water. Not because I need water to do this next turn. It's just that I don't have water right now.
Right.
And then I'll buy the best card from the market. Even though I may not need... Or maybe that card doesn't benefit me in any way.
But you just like it?
All cards will benefit me. But it's not like, oh, I haven't had very many sword combat cards, so I'm going for that one.
So I probably shouldn't take that.
Yeah, or I need it because I don't have a lot or I have too many. Like, I don't think like that. I just go like, this one looks good. I have enough. Done.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And that would be a hard way to... I think this game lends itself to planning. For sure. Yeah,
it does. And I mentioned that the victory point track in this game is end of game triggers at 10.
Yes.
And the track goes to 12.
Because you could have
end of game bonus.
And
I'm sure, I don't think there's a rule that it maxes at 12. I'm sure you can go over.
Right.
I think I lost a game once by 6 points.
Maybe? I don't remember. That's a huge spread in this game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I lost Root by 6, that's like one turn.
Right.
But I lost Dune by 6, and that's like half the game.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think that was still when we were both That was early when we were both learning the game still.
Yeah, and you pick up on these games much quicker than I do.
Oh, you mean like I pick up, yeah.
The strategy of them.
Right. But you did beat me last time.
I did, and that was what I mentioned at 2 at the beginning. I had a victory this week at Dune, but like I don't feel... I don't know. Like I don't feel like it was not earned, but I don't feel like, yes, I did it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I won. And that was lucky.
I don't know if it was lucky. You played well. I think this game is interesting to me because I don't want anyone to think I'm saying it's not fun when I say this, but it's not like a, at least for our gaming group, it's not like a real chatty game. We're not, and our gaming group can get spicy.
I think we like table talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll table talk, like, and we'll get under each other's skin a little bit.
Yes.
No arguments or anything, but...
No table flipping.
I don't remember this game having a lot of, like, table talk when we've played it with our game group. Now, we've played it just you and I before.
Right.
And when we play it, it's almost like solitaire.
Yeah, in a way. Except when it comes to battling.
No. Yeah, there's ways to influence other players. But we don't... We just, like, are developing our own plans in our heads. And we're not, like... I don't know. It doesn't engender a lot of table talk, I guess.
Yeah, and to be fair, we only introduced this game once to them. And they asked for it again a lot.
The problem
but the first time
4 player.
The first time we played it was the learning experience. And
Yes.
it took a very long time to play
Yes.
that first game with 4 people.
Yes.
And so that's probably why there wasn't a lot
Of talking back and forth. Yep. Okay.
And it is a more deeper strategic game than some of those other, big miniature fight 'em up games that we do play.
True. Because it's not like a war game where your presence is miniatures. It's little cubes.
Yeah. It's.
Okay. So that's our type. That's the type of fun it is. And if you're someone like me who might enjoy that type of fun, where the challenge is presented and that's what makes it fun, the strategy and getting better and better at it, then maybe you'll like this one like I do.
Yeah, you probably will.
But replayability, I think this game definitely has a spot on our shelf.
Oh yeah, I recognize it as a good game.
Yeah.
Like I don't look at it and go like, man, if only it were good.
No.
But like I know it's a good game. I'm just not good at it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it belongs on our shelf because we're going to play it at 2-player.
That's true.
We're going to play it with our game group. Our game group likes it.
Yep.
It also has a solo, which I haven't done yet.
Yeah. I was going to explain too, the solo and 2-player game does require either the app or a separate deck of cards that acts as like not a neutral third party, but like a third player that takes up spaces. Yes. So that there's less, so it kind of keeps you on your toes. You never really...
And it's involved in combat.
Yeah, you never know what space they're going to take, and so it's like, oh, I really needed to go get this water, but the computer took the water before I could get there, so...
Or I really needed to win that battle, and the computer won the battle.
That's one thing that it is good at,
yes.
is battling. Like, you can have... I think 20 points of battle points is very high in this game.
Very high.
And it's constantly getting, like,
14,
12 to 18.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've had good experiences at the 2-player count, which is kind of like having 3 players on the board.
Yep. No, when we played it with our game group, I was the odd man out because of kind of how I feel about the game.
Right.
And also the other 3 guys wanted to learn how to play.
Right.
How different was it playing with 4? I know we've only done it once.
Okay.
How then playing just us 2 and with that third player?
Well, I think it was harder. Now, I don't know exactly why. I don't know if it was because there were more people and just more spaces, more opportunities for spaces to get taken up.
Sure.
Or if it was because I didn't really like the characters the character that I was playing and her special.
Who were you that time? Were you this one?
Benny. Yeah, she was rye cheese.
Rye cheese.
Rye cheese.
It's like rye bread, but it's cheese.
It's rye cheese.
Yeah, it's got like dark swirls.
There you go. I didn't really appreciate her special.
Enemy agents don't block your agents at green or purple.
No, sorry. Her signet rings.
Oh, the extra, yeah.
I just didn't.
Oh, yeah. Cheaper cards, yeah.
Both of them I didn't use that much. Mm-hmm. Both her character special and there's like a signet ring which triggers whenever you use
that card.
The signet ring card. Both of those, I mean, they're good and they're helpful, but I just didn't find myself using them that often. And so I would have much rather been someone else. Like the Josh Brolin character, which I know is out there, and I've been searching my phone to try to find it.
Oh my gosh.
I can't find a picture.
Look, when we wrap up the Dune talk, we'll take a break, we'll look for it, and you can show me Joshy B.
I'm serious.
But yeah, so one thing that I don't understand, or maybe I'm doing it wrong, I feel like the house powers aren't used that much.
No.
Once or twice towards the beginning of the game, but then...
Oh, no. I think...
like the ring, I don't know. I'm obviously playing it wrong. Because I think the ring is just so dumb.
There he is.
There
right
he
there.
is. Yeah, he's just a card.
No, these are the characters.
Yeah, but look at the card. It looks like just an agent turn card, doesn't it?
Well, then maybe I'm thinking of the guy that's you said was the Emperor.
Yeah.
What's his power?
His power is... this is really good radio. Whenever you pay money for the cost of a space, you draw a card.
Oh, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's really good.
Not Josh Brolin.
Well, he looks like old Josh Brolin. Well, he's old.
Josh Brolin's not that old.
No. He was on Hot Ones recently.
Wow, that's a tangent.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Joshy B.
Joshy B. Okay, so that's who I'm thinking of. I think that one is so powerful. And I have used it. I played him once, used it multiple times.
Yeah, you just went and got the
Mentat.
The other character.
Yeah. So I wouldn't go so far as to say the game is lopsided, but I do feel like my style of play lends itself better to certain characters.
Yeah, I see that. But then, like, if you compare it to Dune, bro, this one only happens once. When you take a High Council seat, go up.
Yeah.
And then the Ruthless Negotiator from the Count, Rye Cheese. It's like every time you go to a space that's green, basically, you get to draw an extra card.
Yeah.
For the whole game.
For the whole game.
And this one's just a one-time thing. I don't understand that. Maybe we're not playing right. That just seems lopsided.
Yeah, so this is another area where we need your feedback, guys.
Yeah, let us know. We're probably playing it wrong. Overall...
He has so much faith in us.
Overall, I said it. I think it's a great game.
Yes.
I'm excited we have it. I was excited we got it for the BGG Secret Santa. It was like we both kind of willed it to existence. We were like, I bet we're getting it.
Bet we're getting Dune.
And we got Dune.
Woo!
And as part of that whole BGG Santa thing, I think Rising Sun was the bigger surprise for us. But we still really love you more than me. You love... I don't know if love is the right word.
Yeah, I love Dune Imperium.
Yeah, I just am happy we have it. I don't love Dune Imperium.
Good job. That's a good summary.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell my Dune book story now?
Well,
before we wrap it up?
Everyone has been waiting for this.
I've probably mentioned it before, but like Dune, the book by Frank Herbert, is like Herbert.
Who am I thinking? Ron L. Hubbard. That's who I'm thinking.
That's very different. Kind of the same story, but one just created a religion out of it.
Sorry. Go ahead.
It's like the most famous science fiction book since it was written, right?
Right.
And I have started... no lie, have started reading it 4 times.
Yes, I can confirm this.
And every time I get about halfway, which is further than the movie ended.
Okay.
For those of who've seen that, I can't do it anymore.
Is it too boring?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty like. I look back at my reading experience and I want.
He says with a.
I wonder how I made it through Game of Thrones books.
I was just gonna ask, like, is it a description thing? You know how like J.R.R. Tolkien will like.
Yeah, but yeah, he gets wordy.
Gets wordy with the description.
And then so does J.R.R. Martin.
Oh, Georgie,
whatever his name is, with all the Game of Thrones stuff. But this one. I don't know if just not enough was happening, or I just fizzled out at the same time every time.
Oh, man.
So I've started it 4 times, never finished it.
Well,
and I looked it up on Wikipedia and I read the ending, so there you go.
Oh, Christian. I was going to say, this smells like another New Year's resolution, but
no, I'm not.
Maybe not.
I am not reading that first half of that book again. Because I remember the first quarter of that book so well.
Right.
And I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. And then and I just die after.
Well, it was a valiant effort.
I try, Mm-hmm. I tried to finish it.
How many people out there can say they've read the first fourth or the first half of Dune 4 times?
Probably a lot because people reread Dune all the time.
Okay.
They just make it to the end.
All right. Well, on that note, we are going to transition to some thoughts or ideas that came up while we played this game.
Yeah, more thoughts on it. We had a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, we did. Maybe I should say like
outside of our
normal segment discussion.
There you go. Stay tuned. Oh, we're back early, and Angela didn't know it. We hope everybody enjoyed our chat about Dune. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it personally a 6. Angela would give it a 10.
Thank you.
So there you go.
For doing that. A 6, really?
Sure.
All right.
It's just fine.
Okay.
For me.
Okay.
And I know it's a good game, but
is that the soundtrack again?
Yeah, that's what I don't know what to say about it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you take the lead on this part, and I'll jump in because it has to do with a discussion you had with one of your other friends, not in our gaming group, who has a Dune gaming group.
A friend from work. Mm-hmm. The classic friend from work.
Yes.
Yeah, he likes this game a lot.
A lot.
So much so that, like, he's tried to tell me how to play it. He's like, you don't understand. I'm like, obviously. I don't understand.
Yeah.
If you're playing this character, here's the opening move you have to do. And I'm like, do I? Do I really have to do that? Because if I have to follow a recipe to play this game, it's not a game. It's like a checklist of fun? Question mark?
A checklist of fun.
Like, in order to have fun, please do these things.
Yes.
I'm like, no, that's not what I do.
So, it reminded me when you were telling me this, it reminded me of a little bit of like chess. Like he was treating it like, okay, so here's your opening move.
Like an elegant battling game.
Yeah.
Which some would say it might be.
Right, but chess is maybe more like responsive to other people. This game is as well, but it just made us think like, first of all, do we think Dune really is like that? Do we think Dune Imperium really is this game where you need to perform certain opening moves and certain things in order to be successful? Or do we feel like there's multiple avenues of success in this game? And also, is it fun to play games, for us at least? Is it fun to play games that have that?
A prescribed victory path?
Right.
Yeah. No, not to me.
No. Yeah.
Because you can figure out I guess that's part of the strategy. It doesn't sound fun to me.
Right.
If you can just figure out what's coming next. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, well, last time he did this because he needed this, so I will go here and block him. There's strategy there.
Right. But that seems more like you're responding to someone else as opposed to, okay, I am this character, so my opening move is to go here.
Yep.
And then I go do this. And then I go do this.
Gotta get the swordsman right away.
Yes.
Get my $8 to turn in.
In a way, like you said, I think that is what I like about the game is the idea that you could perfect your play. But I think if there is, it's okay. Ready for this deep thought?
Oh my goodness, yes. I hope it's a meta narrative.
It's the journey for me.
Okay.
Like if I ever arrived at like the quote unquote perfect sequence of moves to play this game and win every time, the book title, my next book title.
Play this game and win every time.
Yep.
By Angela Peters.
Then I feel like it would just lose a lot of intrigue for me.
Okay. Yeah. If you're just going down the list, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. Oh, 10, 1.
Yep.
Wouldn't be fun.
No. And so
no, I agree.
It's the journey of trying to, like, the carrot is perfection out there. But you don't want to, like, actually know that there is a perfect way to play this game. I want it to be multiple avenues of perfection.
Okay.
I want it to be like, oh, I've discovered...
All roads lead to perfection. It's just matters how you get there. That's so deep.
If it matters how you get there, then not all roads lead there.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah. So you obviously disagreed with this friend from work.
Yeah, I punched him.
Oh.
Yeah, we got in a fight. Huge fight.
Oh.
HR.
Wow, this is taking on a different
And they
flavor.
said, what happened? And they said, oh, we were talking about board games.
Okay.
And they said, oh, carry on.
Okay. I hope this isn't someone's first time listening to us.
No, and I also just don't like it when it's like, when someone's like, you're playing this wrong. It's like, no, I'm just playing it the way that I know how to play it and I want to play it.
Yeah.
So back off.
That's not the way to give feedback. It's like you have to say, can I offer you some feedback?
Is that a song?
No, it's from that movie on Netflix that we watched with Maya Rudolph and what is like a girls trip 40th birthday thing.
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't remember what it's called, but I remember it.
Anyway, they always asked, like this one character always asked, can I offer you some feedback on that?
Oh.
As
And
like,
so she would like sing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be, to break the tension a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, you gotta come at it different than you're playing it wrong.
I think what I need to do to kind of get out of this board game slump is just play the next few games and just try to mess up people.
Okay.
Just get in the way.
Okay.
It's like, oh, it looks like you're doing this. Nope. Oh, en route, do you like your little buildings over here? Destroyed.
All right.
And then I would get 7 points by the end of the game, and someone else would still win.
That sounds aggressive.
But I went down fighting.
Well, hey, I guess I'm going to be the one that you're attacking.
Be ready.
All right. I'm ready. I'm always ready. So let us know what you think about that.
Yeah, is it fun to just follow a checklist of fun that leads you on a path to victory, or do you just make your own map? I don't know. That's a dumb way to say it. And do you have games where you feel like you can't win unless you do certain things?
Yes.
Like, what is that to you? Like Dune for my friend at work, and I don't know if we have one. Do we have one that's more like prescribed?
Well, so that's what not totally, but a little bit. That was our one hang up with Arnok. Was like we felt like there was only one way to win.
That's true, and that was the research track.
Yes, until thank you.
Yeah, we did get
to a listener who said
he said you're wrong.
Well, but he didn't say it like that.
He said, "Can I offer you some feedback? And I'd love for you to read this article about killing monsters and exploring."
Yeah, so I read the whole article and I was like...
It was cool.
Oh, I'm excited to play this game again because it was starting to feel like the only way you could win was through one avenue.
That's true.
And now it's kind of opened up a whole new world.
Well, let's continue that conversation between Arnok and Dune. They're very similar games.
Worker placement, deck building.
Very similar.
Yes.
Which one do you like better? As a fan of the worker placement.
Oh, Dune.
Dune?
Yes.
And what does Dune have that Arnok doesn't? Other than the obvious.
Like, other than the skin.
Yeah.
You know? I think, well, it has the combat.
Dune.
Yes. Dune has the combat.
That's the thing I constantly forget about in Dune, which is probably why I lose.
And I think that the specials are more intriguing to me. And the board spaces are more intriguing to me.
In Dune?
Yes. Like, being able to... It's like the succession of things. Like, I try to think in my mind, like, oh, I eventually want this. So, like, I eventually want to open up my third worker. Because you start the game with 2 workers.
In Dune, yep.
Okay, so in order to do that, I have to have a lot of money. Okay, so how do I get money?
Okay.
Oh, I get a lot of spice. So then I can trade my spice in for money. I feel like my brain, like, works better at that, whereas in Arnok I'm just like, let's see what that monster is behind that card. Let's see what the next place is, you know.
Yep. And that's probably why I enjoy that, just the mystery of like, what is it gonna be, and then I'll figure out how to win.
Yeah, listen, they're both great games.
Let's take the shiny thing and then see if we can run out of the dungeon alive. You know, that's what I would enjoy.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Let us know. Should we come back and wrap it up with what's on our enjoyment list outside of board games?
Let's just wrap it up now, girl.
You got places to be?
Yeah, it's so late.
Well, I thought we would give them a break to watch to watch another movie.
You want to? Yeah, if you guys want to pause it right now, why don't you go watch the 1987 version of Dune, starring I don't know what his name is, some old guy.
Okay. Hey, by the way, was it written in the 70s?
I think so, yeah.
And you talked about Cosmic Encounter that was made in the 70s?
It's all coming back.
It's full circle.
It's all coming back. It's coming back. All right. So let's wrap it up and just get going and talk about things that aren't board games just for a splitsy. Ange, what is bringing you some joy outside of board games?
Shout out to my phone cleaner pod that I just received from my mother-in-law. It's amazing. I don't know what it's called in reality. It's not called a phone cleaner pod.
No, but it's like if you look at phone soap, if you Google that, it's not what we have, but it's like the Samsung version.
Yeah. And you just put your phone inside, or anything that fits inside, I guess.
Yeah, I put my watch in there a couple times and my glasses even.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And it just UV light kills everything.
Yeah, kills, sanitizes. Boom.
Yeah.
Love it.
You've been using it, unbeknownst to me, I had no idea you're using it that much.
I use it every day.
That's funny. I use it like once a week.
Well, it takes, 10 minutes?
No, it's not even that long. I don't know. Like 5 to 10, sure.
Okay. And so I just choose a time where I know that I'm not going to need my phone.
Yeah.
And so... I just go, in the shower and put the phone in the soap thing, let it the UV light and kill everything on there. And now, do you take the phone out of the case?
I haven't.
I haven't either. Okay.
No.
I just wanted to make sure if I was doing that.
Well, then the case would be dirty. Like you'd put it in a dirty case.
Right. But is it getting underneath the case to clean?
Yeah, but it's just it's like germs are going to be killed from the light. They're not going to like stick in between the case and the phone.
Okay.
They're too small. It's not like a bug.
Maybe I don't understand germs.
Maybe there's a game we could play about germs that would just teach us what germs are.
No, that's been like That's COVID, the real life board game that we're all
Pandemic,
learning. Yeah. Okay. That was my short and sweet little what's bringing me joy.
Sure.
What's bringing you joy?
We mentioned this before, I think, but Severance on Apple TV Plus.
Did we mention Severance?
I think we mentioned it. If not, go watch it. Apple TV Plus is great. It's like the home work life balance.
Yes.
If it were taken to the extreme.
Yes.
You can get an implant in this world that will change who you are the moment you walk into work.
Yes.
And the moment you leave work, you're back to your, quote, normal self.
Exactly.
But it's just a trippy show of like, well, then which one is the normal you?
Yes.
And are they different people or are they the same person? The season finale was out this past weekend and we watched it, and I would say it was probably the best hour of TV I've seen in years. It was so,
I agree.
Yeah, it was so like, it was like a slow burn or like a snowball,
Everything
like pushed off
like,
the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
So it's just like little things. Oh my gosh, that little thing's getting bigger. It's going bigger. And then at the end, every show ends like this, but there's like, you solve some issues, but then there's more issues that come up, and it's like, oh, season 2, where is it? Hurry up.
Oh, I know. Now we gotta wait.
And that's fine.
So we'll play some board games in the
That's
meantime.
right. But yeah, definitely check it out. Let us know what you think about Severance. Do you guys clean your phone with or without the case on?
Yeah, let us know.
Or if you don't use the UV thing, like, how do you keep your phone clean?
Yeah.
That's just a stupid question.
Well, yeah, I used to, use wet wipes or, sanitizer wipes.
Oh, when the kids were little.
Or all the time.
Or now. Whoa.
Yeah, until about a month ago.
Until
when
I got
received this this thing of beauty.
Yep.
I want to just mention again, if you at all enjoy our podcast, we would love for you to review us. That would mean so much to us. And if you don't enjoy our podcast, you can let us know in a different way.
You just send us an email that just says, can I offer you some feedback?
Yes.
If you can title it that, then we'll be more receptive to it.
Yeah, and maybe not leave a review. So anyway, I just say that because we would love that so much. And should I go into how they can reach us?
Yeah, why don't you explain how everyone can get in contact with us, and let us know this week. Let us know about how you feel about Dune. Is it one of those games that you love playing? Is it just okay for you? Are you on Angela team or Christian team for how you feel about it?
Yeah,
we'd just love to know. I know I'm not alone, but everyone online loves Dune.
Right, and you're like, oh, it's good.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, follow us, interact with us on Twitter @MarriedBoard.
That's right.
And we will hopefully retweet the Mandy video.
Yeah, I'll retweet that right now.
Right now. And then we are on Instagram @MarriedandBoard. And then we are on the emails.
We're on the emails. Hello.
Is that how you say it?
Hello @marriedandboard.com.
Hello @marriedandboard.com.
There's a contact form on our webpage that you can definitely go to. That's how Zach found us.
Yes,
from
Zach.
the top of the show from New Zealand. So you can definitely go there. We get it all. Just reach out and touch us, and we'll reach out
and touch us
and touch you back.
Yes, but not in a creepy way.
No, okay, that's probably good.
All right, guys.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed the show. That will do it. Episode
43 is
43 coming up. You know, we're gonna keep this weekly thing going on for a couple weeks.
We'll see you in a week.
What are we talking about next week, Ange?
I believe we are going to do a little bit of a theme episode on 2-player only games.
All right, we're gonna just dive deep into a couple 2-player only games.
Yes.
Let's do it. We'll see you next time.
On the flip side. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Married and Bored podcast. And guess what? We have a website where you can listen to podcast episodes and so much more. Find us at marriedandbored.com, or you can email us at hello@marriedandbored.com, or follow us on Instagram @marriedandbored. Music in this episode is by Joseph McDade. See you next time.